Yes, Your Excellency.
Karibu, Your Excellency.
Well, yes.
And actually honored the court order, despite the fact that we did have a ruling in Parliament. We are going to have a post-election.
The President has asked me to inform you that it is his desire that we, the Kenya Kwanza formation, lead by example on the implementation of the junior secondary school, which you know the Presidential Working Party on Educational Reforms has recommended, and the President has agreed, that the junior secondary school will be domiciled in the primary school. And we want to urge you, during your recess, to go and plan with the teachers and the BOMs on how, using the money from the national government fund, CDF, how to put up the junior secondary school. And we want to lead by example. If this divide of our politics starts by way of example, because we are government, using CDF funds to put up the junior secondary school within a very short time, the rest of the country will follow suit. And you know, the CBC in itself is not a bad thing, but it was rushed without public participation. And when the Presidential Working Party on Education Reforms went round, 86% of Kenyans spoke very strongly that that is where the junior secondary school should be domiciled. And we are therefore asking you to agree to commit funds from CDF to provide leadership and to spearhead over the implementation of that program. And that is one of the things that the President would want to discuss with you. He would like, when he comes, you'll have agreed on how to go about it and set timelines for yourself. I am aware that the Finance Committee is vetting the CRA commissioners. And again, we want to urge you to finalize so that that institution is fully constituted to enable government carry out its work. As you proceed on recess, the majority leader has moved a motion to have a special sitting of the National Assembly so that you can deal with urgent agenda that cannot wait for February when you come back. I request you to create time to come and prosecute that agenda so that even as you proceed with your recess, the business of government can move on. So I'm sure you will create time to come to the National Assembly and deal with matters that cannot wait for February. The Hustler Fund has been rolled out, and the President wants, when you go for recess, to continue explaining to our people the way it is operating, and most importantly, to urge them to pay. You have heard these characters from the other side of Azimio telling people to borrow the money and not to pay, which is very retrogressive thinking. That should not happen in areas where you have been elected. And we are urging you to be the ambassadors of the Hustlers Fund during the recess and take time to talk to the business people, to the young people, to the hustler nation, that there is value in borrowing that money and keep on paying and increasing their chances to borrow more. Already, we are doing very well. More than 9 million people, as of this morning, have registered for the Hustler Fund. Another 3 0.7 million people have already borrowed money to the tune of 2.8 billion. And what is very, very encouraging is that already 124 million has already been paid back, which means that the concept has been well received and people are borrowing and paying. We are requesting you to be our ambassadors, to explain to the traders, to the informal sector players, that this fund is a good fund. They need to borrow, but they need to pay. And also counter that negative narrative by these Azimio characters. That is a responsibility that we wish you to carry out during your recess period. Finally, when you come back,